Hey guys, so this is going to be an assessment of the 1988 Snapper. Curiosity got the best of me trying to remember if that engine crank was bent. But we'll take a look at the engine in a second, but this one's just looking at the deck. So on the deck itself, it's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of rusting on the bottom, as to be expected. But overall, the condition of the deck is in good shape. All four tires are shot. Here's the front tire. It'll still roll. The other one's about the same. It's actually in a little bit better shape. Those are the steel with the ball bearing. Decals are okay, but you can buy a new set of decals for about 30 bucks. On Click It and Stick It, you got that one, and I don't think you get this one. You get the hard to find ones on Click It and Stick It, but drive system's okay. The transmission definitely could use some lubrication because it's blocked up if you try pulling it or pushing it. This rear tire is okay, but the other one, the plastic is it's shot. So you're gonna have to have 4 new tires. You can see there you go. But I mean, controls are all there. Gonna need a new throttle cable, etc., etc. But the overall body is in good shape. But let's go into the shop here and take a look at the engine. Alright, well, here's what's left of the engine. I just had to disassemble a couple things off of it last night, just the head, the flywheel, coil, the dead man switch bracket, muffler, and the cylinder is okay. It was stuck when I first got it, so there's a ring of stuff down in there, but if you hone it out, I'm sure it'll just clean up just fine. But I had to take this one into work and have them, or I had to take an end mill and a milling machine and wipe out the set screw on the snapper pulley up here because I couldn't get it off with my pullers, and I didn't own a set of pullers back then, so I got it off, didn't damage the shaft. But I remember looking at it on my bench outside, and I thought that the shaft was bent, so that's why it kind of got stuck away. But anyway, I have my clutch tool here. That's going to get driven by my drill. Yeah, you can tell it's not bent just from the... So that is fantastic news when it comes to this. So that means it's worth putting the time and money into it since it doesn't have a bent crank. So I'm going to dig deeper in here and look at the innards of it and see how those are going to hold up. And then probably look at the rest of the cylinder here. So let's get into it. Alright, so we tore it all apart. And for those curious, this is how it gets oil up inside of it. It has this little paddle wheel that runs off of the camshaft here, and it flings oil up inside of it. But all the teeth look good, the paddle wheel looks good. I didn't see any oil, or I didn't see any metal shavings in the oil. The block is fairly decent. The cylinder is, it's not bad. It does have that black there from having it being seized, but it is smooth, and there's minimal gouging on the piston here. You can get a couple. I mean, they're smooth to the touch, which it's not bad. And the bearing surface looks good on both parts. Both ends it looks good. So no, nothing wild. And as for the crank here, I figure I'd throw it up in my lathe. So here it is, thrown up there. It's this is my center, and I got it in my 3-jaw chuck. And just by seeing it spin, it looks pretty darn straight. So I would say that's really good, really good. So overall, I would say this engine is a prime candidate for a gasket set. Definitely hone out the cylinder, do a valve job on it. I haven't taken the valves out. I probably won't until I really start getting into it here. Just one less thing to lose, parts-wise. I'll probably pick up another 5-gallon Home Depot bucket and throw everything in there. Keeps it dry and you can keep track of everything. Also, I was at my local scrapyard, and they had like a whole bunch of these old food trays. They're cast aluminum. They have a lip that goes all the way around them, and they're handy for, you know, oily, messy things to stay contained on your workbench. So if you guys get bored one day, head out to your scrapyard, or I think it's a metal resaler, and they had a bunch of these food trays. I picked up a couple for working on stuff like this. So alright, so final diagnosis is the 88 is a good candidate for restoration, although it won't be happening quite yet because I've been wanting to get one of those aluminum decks figured out here. So next video we'll go over the aluminum deck. So until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video, and hit that like button, and thanks for subscribing and watching.